Alright. We're back at 16. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm so glad to be back. So, quick update from the last time we were here doing this. I beat the DLC involving Leviathan, and now we are on our way to fight Ultima. Hello, Lacrosse. So we can start the Ultima DLC, because apparently you can't get the Ultima form unless you beat the game beforehand. Yeah, so I can't actually unlock the Ultima form, which is fucking stupid, but whatever. So we can.
Clive.
Thank you, Sparta, for the $2. Sparta, why the fuck are you saying $2?
Is something the matter, Karen?
Don't know. But yes, something's come to my attention.
Why are you vindicating,
and
Kyle?
I'll be damned if I know.
Go on.
No, it's fine. Like, I mean, I appreciate the money.
It's probably quicker if I just
surprising.
show you. Here.
Some sort of crystal. Though,
Save that shit for Kyle's
I
streams.
don't remember seeing one that
Lord
colourful.
knows he could use it more.
Aye, well,
But no.
that makes two of us.
Hang on, I'm gonna change my schedule, or not my schedule, I'm gonna change my chat a little over here so I can see it a little easier. Regardless, I appreciate the money. Wait, Ultimate Power needs New Game Plus? Yeah, apparently that's what people said online. Yeah, regardless, Sparta, I appreciate it, thank you.
Just
Here's 1,000
like
subs?
their brighter, shinier cousins. Differences.
Yeah, it sounds like a skill
They
issue.
don't last as long. After a couple of goes lighting your pie, they crumble away to nothing. That's how I heard about them.
You could always set up a
Crystal
Patreon.
trade is
Honestly, I would have set up a Patreon if I actually could consistently release content. But, like, I also don't feel like I get too much money off of Patreon to begin with.
moaning that someone's been flooding the market with dodgy goods. And after asking the right people the right questions and paying the right price, of course, I managed to get my hands on
it's always
a
stupid you can't get
sample.
Ultima's power. Now,
Let's
I
see what
might
was
be able to
returned.
beat the game and then go back and load a previous save.
I hope. Do you feel that, Clive?
Yes.
Alright, we're going real quick. So, the guy I was talking about on Saturday did end up responding. It looked like his main... He didn't give a specific issue, but he believed we were cherry-picking bad scenes with Clive and downplaying Clive in a very unfair way, I guess was his issue. I explained how the streams are a little more fun and like videos are more of the official positions, but he didn't specify an example. I think he was referring to when I jumped on Clive for not being able to move when the guy slammed the hammer down, but the guy didn't clarify.
All right, lads, that'll do for today. I said that'll do for today.
Yes, Chief. Yes, Chief.
Let's get this lot back to town, fill our purses and then our bellies.
Oh. Well, that sucks. Yeah, it sucks I
What
can't
did
get
you
Ultima's
two
form.
do now?
What do you mean you can't get Ultima's form?
It's a new game plus thing, apparently.
What?
Please tell us you bought another lander.
Wait, is that why I was able to get it? Because I finished the game before I did the DLCs?
Yep, that's why you were able to get it.
Who needs a lantern when you've
Ah,
got one of these?
that's the stuff, little man.
Well, I mean, like, I guess I could just go straight into the fucking Ultimate deal, or to the Omega DLC.
But you could. Oh, will you?
Not work for a single
Well, I'm already
spark.
starting it.
Well,
Sus.
there'll be no more sampling the merchandise today.
Oh, does that mean that scene isn't canon then? You know, I've actually been thinking about that for a fat minute because that actually raises a really
sounded
weird
close,
question about how do you want to
Really
take the
close.
canon of that
Really,
power.
really close.
Now,
Because if you
lads,
can't get the
what am I
cutscene-
always telling you? Good things come to those who run.
I'll say if you can't get the cutscene without being in the game first, then honestly, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like it should be canon, but it also shouldn't be.
So the way it works is that it is canon. It's just locked behind certain conditions you have to meet in game. That'd just be a gameplay limitation. Because this is the same problem. Because this is the same problem you have when you can only get weapons like post game.
Oh, I would not consider. I would not consider like if you can only get a weapon after you beat the game. I would be very hesitant
I've
to
never
call
felt
that
a tremor
canon.
this far.
Me neither.
That's where you and me would
I've
disagree.
seen skies like they. Come to think of it.
Well, it doesn't even make sense for Ultima to give Clive the form to begin with, because by the time Clive can get the form, it's right before, you know, you kill
Has anyone
him.
ever heard of these?
Yes, but you're also expecting this game to have had any kind of like
Do you think the two
storytelling, like literacy.
The Dominion's mines were the only source of new shards left in
Also,
stone
Kyle, get
after
a get
certain
1K
evil
subs so I can
outlaw
donate to
decided
you.
to do
That's
away
what
with the
it says.
other mothers. And with the price of decent crystals going through.
The question is, wait.
You know what? You're right, Spire. I'll just pull them out of my ass.
Not any of the other.
But you missed one.
I'll speak with Joshua.
And quick, I'd say. Get him to.
Right.
And I.
Right again. Let me go and find Josh.
It's funny, like there'll be times where I'll drop like 20 people, and then there are times over like a 6-month period where I'll just get like 50 people out of nowhere. It's just like, but I haven't uploaded anything.
Well, that's because they watch your content. Alright, let's talk to Joshua. Hello, Joshua.
Joshua, we need to talk. Karen's caught wind of something that I
God, I'm
don't
so
think we can
glad
afford
that-
to ignore.
The Bakugan video is done. You have no idea how much of a pain in the ass that was to edit and fucking render.
Oh, I have
Rendering
I
that,
don't.
I had to render because I rendered it in 3 different portions, so it wouldn't be like
So they weren't aware of
take
your
like a
plans.
million years to load whenever I went to edit it. So I broke it up into like AP, speed, and hacks, and each one individually took me like 20 times to render because it's just like, no, fucking this one is fucking missing me. It's not missing. I can see the fucking timeline. Nothing's missing.
Why does Clive sound like that? What do you mean? He sounds just like Clive. His voice doesn't change. Although it's always possible his voice might be different
you are.
because this DLC happened after the game.
Telling these two everything I told you.
Thank you, Karen.
It's hard to believe such a lusterless shard could conjure
So, because
much of
I don't
anything.
think they recorded the audio for these
And you
cutscenes before
truly
they were
think
done.
this came from a mother crystal?
Every
No,
other
no, this
the
would be
did.
something where they call them back in like post game.
Dim though they may be.
Yeah. Hello, Neon.
We know they first appeared on the black market shortly after Ultima Cast Primogenesis, so might the two be connected? Could the spell have created a...
What do you think, Hub?
I think there may well be. Yet, if we are to believe that the original mother crystals were of Ultima's making, does it seem likely that he would have need of anything so palpably inferior? No. I had more specifically our fallen forebears, whose wonders litter the land even now.
Holy shit.
Legend holds that the fallen challenged the gods in order to win their
Nothing
power
much.
and came tantalizingly close to doing so.
Yeah, nothing too crazy
It seems
happened.
only reasonable that they should...
So they could make...
Precisely. You may recall that the tale of the sins of Zemeckis begins with the colloquy of the sages, a council wherein
Also, video
humanity
Kyle,
sought
very
to
informative. There was
uncover the
stuff I didn't
last
remember from
secrets
the
of the
series,
gods
and maybe I completely missed
before
because
waging
Lions
their
have
war to
gone
learn
those
what little
years were
remained.
dog water.
It is perfectly possible that an understanding of how to craft...
Among their many
What
achievements.
comment?
He's talking
The
about
same
Newman, yeah. Or Newman's telling
enlightened
you, yeah.
souls forged great and terrible weapons called the iconoclasts, from which icons
The iconic glass? Do I get a... No.
derived their name, and turned them against
Like
each
the
other
new
in the Magitek War.
Mommy for Land of
A
Ozim,
pointless
Necron's
conflict
mom.
which served
It
only
is a
to
good
make
design,
its
Newman,
victors
yes.
more confident of their right to supplant the gods on high. And when at last they ventured to do so, the resultant imbalance
That
in the
effect,
ether
though,
is
seems
said to have
fucking
been so great
nasty.
that the skies themselves turned black and began to boil. the first record, which brings us back to the matter at hand. It is my belief that
Meaning the land is being bled of ether as we speak.
Clive, that her ancestors had learned of a means to make mother crystals.
For a video that I knew that wasn't going to get like crazy traction, that was just like a passion project. I'm surprised they got as many people as I did for the premiere.
Where did you buy this one?
Down in Port is older when I was.
Anyways, Ichigo versus Yusuke is gonna be the first death battle. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might be the most one-sided death battle yet. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure death battle will fix that with their research.
Oh, fucking! Here's the thing. I saw that that's the matchup coming up, and I'm just like, finally some good fucking food from Death Battle. But I'm just like, the good fucking food is also a good fucking stomp. Ichigo's gonna fucking sweep so fucking badly.
You know,
And it's a shame because like, I like Yusuke and I like Yu Yu Hakusho, but he gets trounced so badly in terms of speed. We don't even have to get into AP, just speed alone. He gets trounced. Because you can legitimately, like, the problem is that, like, you can argue that maybe there's some light speed stuff in like, the beginning of the series. But you don't get any confirmed multipliers until, like, Chapter Black or, like, late into the Dark Tournament. And Ichigo gets nothing but, like, stat boost the entire way through Bleach. I think like the highest you might be able to get Yusuke, I think it's like 20 or maybe 50 times light. Well, Ichigo is easily sitting like thousands, if not like tens of thousands of times light.
What indeed? Let's ask.
Alright. Gotta go find... Yeah, just fucking start it, dude. Holy fuck. I'm here to do a DLC.
Excuse me.
Fucking send me there.
Who were those men just now?
No, you have to fuck around.
Death Battle doesn't confirm the three worlds of Bleacher universes.
Packs for inspection, they turn white as a
That would be wild.
Chase them all away from the gates when...
I swear to God, if they go the route of like those are just planets,
I see.
oh, that'll be done so dirty. He'll still win, but that'll be so dirty.
I don't know. Death Battle has a habit of fucking making the obvious winner lose.
Which means this might be our only chance of catching them.
So I would not be surprised if we find Ichigo losing this match. But who knows? Maybe Death Battle will.
Well, the problem is that they have to be so sure that Ichigo wins because they're not even waiting until like the Blood War arc has ended in the anime. Because we have yet to see.
I know there's gonna be
that's what.
In the anime, but like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they must be super confident.
Where are they?
Still
That's
some
one way of
distance
playing it,
ahead,
for
I
sure.
wager. They were making a good pace.
Could I Maka vs Ruby situation again? Probably.
Yeah, but the difference is that this should have been the matchup that should have been the thing last time. It never should have been Naruto versus Ichigo. It always should have been Ichigo versus Yusuke.
There's another one.
I genuinely think that they wasted Naruto because you're not gonna. There's no point in bringing him back because if you're gonna bring him back, the only person you're gonna be doing that for is like Luffy. And at this point, you're not gonna be doing Luffy until One Piece ends.
Yeah, because I don't think they really care about the any new information that's gonna come out from 1,000-Year Blood War because they didn't even wait for information for Clive versus Dante from Logos.
Yeah, but you understand from the way they did the research of that, they fucking wouldn't have even took that into consideration anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really think they're gonna care about what's in the anime or not. I'm sure they'll use anime feeds for Ichigo, but like. Dude, just let me fight
Bandits haven't found
Omega.
them either. There's still time.
Alright, we gotta find these guys, I guess, before they get killed. For not good. They use FF scaling or not, I forgot.
They completely skirted past that as hard as they fucking could without trying to explain why.
Oh, fire. What Final Fantasy do with this?
You're right. Let's focus on finding the traitors.
Who the fuck are you?
Maybe Sparta can remind me. For Yusuke, does he? I'm trying to remember. Does he at least get to like Multicon the Planetary during the Three Kings saga, or is it only like Country the Multicon and everything else is like super vague? Because I know that they talk about what demons can do up to like I think A rank.
Oh yeah. I actually saw people spoiling, or not spoiling, but I guess praising Yu Yu Hakusho for the hero not beating the bad guy. I guess it wasn't really a bad guy during the tournament arc. I'm not too sure, but I saw that.
Oh no, you must be talking about the Three Kings because I'm like you're sure as shit not talking about the fucking Dark Tournament because he fucking kills Tagoro. So with the Three Kings, it's kind of a weird arc because it's there's no villain of the arc. It's basically just a whole bunch of people fighting for who rules the demon world after Ryzen dies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw people praising it because the fact that they like the idea that he doesn't win and that just another random person takes it to show like there are people who are powerful out there or something. I don't know.
Well, the problem is that the person who wins the tournament only wins because Yomi is super hurt from his fight with Ichigo. Because we don't see the final fight, neither in the anime or in the manga. The fight between Yomi and Yusuke stops as soon as Yomi blasts the spirit gun back at him, and he flies into one of the continent islands in the underworld.
Hello, Melissa. You know what, Chris, I don't understand? We know movies and Marvel are connected to the multiverse. The main criticism people give Sam Raimi's Venom is he is small, I'm pretty sure, a demon form.
Did you see which way they went?
I think it does manage to get planetary at the end. He's comparable
guess.
to the Blind Demon King for Kurama's Land. Oblivion can shape his size to whatever he wants. He doesn't have fixed shape.
After them.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, but that's what because Nguyen, that's Yomi. That's who I'm talking about. Because I know demons from like the lowest rank all the way to A are stated what they can destroy. I don't think S rank demons are ever stated what they can destroy. We can only make like inferences of being like way beyond.
Then why am I not amused?
Also, it's weird they're doing this because there's a good chance we'll finally see what Ichigo's Bankai's capable of in Core 4.
No mistakes.
Game, please. I just want to freaking get to the following DLC, please.
What did he find, boy?
Clive,
Also, hello, Melissa.
judging by the state of the ground, a lot more passed this way than our three charlatans.
Another group of
It
bandits.
won't matter. Because, from what I understand of
leave this crystal
Yusuke,
behind.
he doesn't really have a lot of hacks.
Regardless.
No.
So this is really
He's
just
got-
battle stats.
So, how do I put this? Ichigo is basically Yusuke if Yusuke actually got like a few different hacks and not just like one attack that he's banking on. Because the only thing that Yusuke has is the spirit gun.
Yeah. Is that them? I think that's them.
All right, lads. I think we finally lost them.
Then think again.
Yeah, but I mean, it should be a win for Ichigo. We'll see.
Persistent bastards, I'll give them
What
that.
does the spirit gun do?
Friends, I knew those louts were
It's just
much for you.
concentrated spirit particles
Of
that
course you did.
Yusuke can fire at you.
Because you know what we're capable
It's
of.
basically just energy manipulation and soul manipulation.
Now, you deal in crystal. Dusk crystal. And we want to know where you got it.
I mean, it's kind of weird.
So
I
you're
think the
going
biggest
to
thing
tell us.
I saw was the Ryzen feat, where stomach would growl from the hunger, and where
Let's
it did the entire
assume for a
team world
moment
would
that we are the
tremble.
merchants you're looking for. Why would we tell you where we procure
As good as that is, the problem with the feat is that we never get a size on the demon world.
They're getting worse.
So it's an unquantifiable feat.
Clive, the tower.
Because it's... While there are 3 kings,
Well,
the series goes out of its way to be like,
new.
Ryzen is far above Makoro and Yomi.
Yeah, Chief. Do you think someone else got into the tower? Quiet, you daft sot!
and what would they find there if they did?
I wouldn't know. I've never been there. Echoes, maybe? Or fallen rubbish? I really couldn't say. The
That's
entrance is
the name of
sealed
the
tight.
DLC.
No way in.
And how would you know that if you've never been there?
Just a Family Guy meme. Ha! He said the thing.
Look! Behind you! An Akashic monster!
If you think I'm going to fall for another one of your
Are there any
tricks,
data books for Yu Yu Hakusho? I'm sure there are.
what?
I haven't actually gone to try and look for myself because I haven't done any in-depth research. Could Sasuke get another death battle? Maybe if you find the right opponent for him, because like I'll tell you this right now, they 100% got Sasuke vs EA wrong.
That thing on her doorstep.
Probably not.
Dude, why is there so much fillers?
I have an idea where they'll be heading anyway.
I just want to fight the boss.
Shouldn't take too long.
Are you telling me, Zim, that you were expecting that there wasn't going to be some sort of padding like there wasn't in the other DLC? No, you still have a flesh tower to climb that has multiple bosses in it. And multiple fights you can't skip.
I just want to get through this DLC already, game, please. I'm gonna have to look up a better endgame build. I'm pretty sure I have new options. Can you read his comment? I'm trying to get through this.
I couldn't tell, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's the same size because there was no place that it wasn't inaccessible to the kings. So if I had to have a bet, they could probably travel for the kingdom. The other thing was the reach on Ryzen's mind link with Urameshi, because it's safe to say he was pretty far, but nah.
Also, Sasuke should get our death battle at some point, probably, because I don't think the matchup is very good either.
No, it was definitely very spited.
But, like, who would you even pick for his matchup?
Well, the problem is that, like, the only other person I can think of would 100%, like, bury him into the fucking dirt.
Well, that's the issue. Like, how many matchups does Sasuke even really have?
I never understood why people chose Hiei, because that was never a good fight thematically. He should have won that one. But the only other fight I can think of giving him is Uryu, and Uryu would hack stomp him into the fucking dirt.
I don't see anyone.
There's gonna be a Nero from Fate versus that one Common Rider
I've
match.
had enough of bandits and beasts, Chief. Can't we just go
Uryu
home?
from Bleach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let those thieving
Kamen
pricks
Rider,
march
that's
in and take
basically
what's ours?
the Japanese equivalent of Power Rangers, isn't it?
mean?
The dusk crystals, aye.
I'm sorry, can you say that
Halleck,
again?
Marnik, we're going
Kamen
back to
Rider
the tower if
is
it's
the
last
Japanese
thing we
equivalent of
do.
Power Rangers, isn't it?
The
Yes.
lights, Chief. What about the lights? First you think about how...
That's Super Sentai? No, wasn't Kamen Rider the same thing? No. Kamen Rider came first, And then Super Sentai is the Power
And
Ranger
you're
one.
sure they're bound for the tower?
Yeah, but Kamen Rider is a very
Do you know
similar
anything of the
story. Or not story, but very similar
That's
concept.
not. I have seen it labeled Sage Spire. The ruins are no different from any other fallen derelict. Another
Not so impenetrable.
They could be living there, like we do in the Invincible.
Well, the tower is
Wait,
Are you not gonna-
fucking base is called the Invincible?
But is it large enough to hide
Alright,
what
what
we
was the
seek?
question, Kyle?
A mother crystal.
Are you not going to look at active time law?
It would.
Why would I? Fucking half the time it doesn't fucking give me shit. Oh my goodness, the Sage Spires. Also, I don't know if you know, but Spider-Man is the avatar of the Great Weaver, a spider who connects every human through time and space on the web of life and destiny. Might be why Venom has more power. Well, which Spider-Man? I have a feeling like Death Battle is going to say Yusuke beat Ichigo. I would not be surprised.
I couldn't see how.
I mean, you saw them how they did Dante vs. Clive, so just imagine that.
Go something.
Then it's settled.
You know what? They might do that very spiteful argument that was popular like back in 2016, where it's like Ichigo is not light speed because the fucking because the Quincy's were caught off guard by the Archwallen light. So they might only just scale to light there. It's just like, if they do that, that's fucking dirty. Even though, like, Ichigo reacts to Uryu's, like, arrow, which is a light arrow from the beginning of the series.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I agree with the Mingle's position on that one.
The position that if something is made out of something and it's launched as a projectile, it shouldn't get that speed.
Well, so my position is that if I grab a football that's made of light and I throw it at you, that doesn't inherently make the football light speed. Now,
Good point. But the thing that I would back that up with is the fact of, like, Ichigo blocks a Menos Grande's, like, Sero, and a Sero is just spiritual light.
Yeah, like, that's fine. Like, if you have other evidence to support your position, that's fine. But, like, I'm just saying that, like, I've never agreed with the idea of a projectile being made of something instantly being the speed of what it's made out of. Gonna try and go through the manga again. I'll let you know if I see anything that could help, but I'm almost 100% Urameshi at the end of the series should be planetary. I've always been told that series is planetary. Earth 616. Yeah, but Kaizo, is it Peter Parker or is it fucking Miles? Even without True Bankai, just kill off Shinjimaro and the rest. Trust me, it can get very interesting.
So, well, that's the thing, though, and there's, like, I can't remember if he is planetary or if he's, like, high multi-con. That's the thing that I'm stuck on. I don't remember which one it was.
What are they doing in the Deadlands?
Well, what is the point of that statement, Sparta? What does it mean that he blocked the Sero?
He's referring to the thing that I just told you about the Menos.
What they're carrying.
Oh, okay.
I don't recall ever hearing of goblins using fallen relics as weapons.
Well, they certainly aren't welcoming gifts.
Clive, remember where we are.
You know, if Final Fantasy
magic.
16 was really a dark
Right.
story, the goblins would be raping people. I'm just saying, because that's a very common trend nowadays for goblins.
They're even uglier up close.
Dude, why the fuck can't I use my...
Are you in the Deadlands?
Yeah, I forgot I was in the Deadlands. Because Clive can't use his magic in the Deadlands. Because the fucking land has no life. So I can't use my magic. Fuck.
So you literally...
I'm just clicking at. Look how fun this is. Hold on, let me turn on the camera so you guys can see how fun this is. Hold on.
So Zim, do you like that this DLC basically just gave you the thing that, you know, like, Clive gets fucked over by a majority of different stuff?
Okay.
Show us that happy smile.
Holy shit, boys, I got a parry! Oh, I can't do anything with it because my magic doesn't fucking work! Hold on. Oh. Hey, maybe I can DT. Nope, can't do that either.
You can't?
No, 'cause it's magic! What a great game, guys. And there's no combo system on... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, but they're doing
Are you
damage.
telling?
They're doing damage, guys. It's okay.
Are you telling me that Clive can't willpower his way into some fucking magic?
Nope.
Are you telling me that willpower doesn't overcome everything?
Nope. Back I go into the abyss. I just wanted you guys to see that for a minute. I wanted you to see how I felt.
Let's hope that was the last of them.
Indeed. I'd almost
Did he ever get
forgotten
back
what
to
it
you
was like
about
to
what we were
relax.
being disingenuous about?
Yeah. So, and he might comment on this one, but this one's a fair point. So his issue was that he felt like we were cherry picking Clive and saying he's weaker than he actually is. But he didn't provide a specific example. But I'm assuming he was talking about when we jumped on Clive for being staggered by the hammer. Yeah, for hentai genre? No, Goblin Slayer popularized the idea of goblins raping people. It's more of a general fantasy genre.
Oh, get in line. Berserk did it first.
Oh, get out of here. Berserk did not popularize that. Berserk barely got popular like 8 years ago because fucking what's-his-face raped his girlfriend.
Clive?
Berserk's been popular since the fucking 90s.
Berserk was popular in like one part of the world since the 90s, bro. Fuck out of here. It's like me saying Fist of the North Star popularized this shit when I know it's only popular in 2 parts of the world. And yes, that's 2 because Italians love Fist of the North Star. I do remember when Urameshi does fight on Lightspeed against Sensu on its last battle when he gets the Mazoku amp. He manages to speed blitz him without breaking a sweat. Lamau man smashing the attack button. As I said on top is Peter Parker stated that made Spider-Man on 527. I see. That happened in the 90s? Sure did, boy. No. The event happened in the 90s, but Berserk wasn't popular until like 10 years ago.
It was open when I found it.
So 3 guesses.
Or let me rephrase that. Berserk wasn't popular in the West until like 2 years ago, until like 10 years ago. Because there was a good portion of my time doing power scaling and shit where Berserk wasn't popular. It wasn't until around 10 years ago, maybe even a little later.
Maybe I was just in like a weird pocket because where I was, it was always popular.
Maybe it's because you guys are so close to Japan.
We're nowhere near Japan. We're closer to like China and Taiwan than we are to Japan.
So I'm gonna click on the world map, and so as you can see right there, there's Australia and there's Japan. Now, according to Kyle, this is not close. Now here am I.
It's not because it's next to another giant continent.
As you can see,
That's
closer to Kyle than it is to me.
By that same logic, I'm closer to fucking Africa as well.
So actually, from what I understand, you are not because this distance is actually shorter than it is for you. The world map is not drawn the scope, but I think you guys get the idea.
I am proud though that you actually went to the right area for Japan and you didn't just go to New Zealand.
I know where Japan is. And Kane Parker. Oh, hang on. Got it before Peter. So similar to Batman's bat, being Barbados is the spider itself that has the Great Weaver, or the other. They give it 2 different names. That must let you understand how much Spider-Man Venom hold back. Although Venom, in terms of strength, should easily trump him, and it's not even close. But that never happens. Pretty sure Venom consistently was always way stronger than Spider-Man. Pretty sure it was a consistent thing.
Somebody's woken this place up.
Isn't that literally how it's shown? Because whenever they do a new timeline and Venom shows up for the first time, it's always a big event.
Yeah, because Venom's physically stronger than Spider-Man. Like
Yeah, because even as the Ooze, he physically amps Peter Parker when he becomes Black Spider-Man. He just gets rage issues.
Safety protocols disengaged.
I don't think that was someone, Clive. I think it was the tower.
Oh, the tower.
Either way, he doesn't Doesn't sound like we're welcome.
Alright, let's go fight some robots.
Keep your guard up.
Can you use your powers in the tower?
Yes, I should be able to. Yes. Oh, beautiful magic. Oh, I love you. I missed you so much. So this is where it gets weird, because Clive actually makes a point that there's no Aether in these areas at one point. I think I got the screenshot for it. But he can't use magic in Aetherless areas. So either Clive's lying, or something here lets him use the power.
Or he's talking out of his ass.
Well, I would assume he can. I'm assuming he can sit. Oh, hang on.
The same. There's ether here. An abundance.
Never mind. They just confirmed there's Aether in this area. Never mind. Forget what I said earlier, but there is a reference. I'm not wrong about what I said earlier, but I guess in this part there is Aether. Might be able to use some power here, and then they're like, nah, bro, they're just Aether. Don't worry about it. I don't think assholes.
Isn't it nice how neither G1 or Death Battle ever talk about these sort of limitations?
To be as fair as possible with Death Battle, I don't think these limitations would have mattered in fighting against Dante, because I don't think Dante has any, like, life-wiping ability that he would actually use. Like, I mean, cause you can burn apart a location, but that's not the same as like removing it of Aether. You have to life the entire thing. So, who wants to see Ultima versus Dark Nihilus from Star Wars as a versus matchup? For no reason in particular.
Why? If you drag him out of 16 universe, he has no power to use.
It's okay, I'll show Nihilus in this universe. I don't give a fuck. Well, actually, I guess it depends on how you want to take the Force in different dimensions. So there's Aether in space? Yes, I guess there would be. Kyle, do you think Death Battle will ever use Nightmare in her Death Battle?
No, I don't believe they ever will.
What was that? I saw a bit. Reduces ability cooldown time and restores a small amount of HP regain gauge following a precision dodge. Effect potency is directly affected by the strength of the attack dodge. Oh, it's actually really good. I actually could use that.
You have a better chance of seeing Siegfried than you do like Nightmare again.
We don't need ability points right now. Let's get that escape in bit. It's actually really good. Heart Flame. Some opponents will cast the spell Heart Flame to summon a magic spear that protects nearby allies and dealing damage to anyone who come in contact with it. Oh, motherfucker, that's my power.
More goblins. So now we know where they got their weapons. How long is it?
Why did they rename it just a completely different move when it's literally just Will-O-the-Wisps?
Oh, Josh, we used the fire beam. Let's go. So, like, to be honest with you, I think Clive is, like, super vulnerable to life drain. Like, more so than, like, normal people would be. Because he needs life energy to use magic. So if you drain him of his life, you basically put him on, you basically, like, remove his gas. If that makes sense.
Understandable.
Yeah, because I was mulling over the other day and I was like, well, fuck. I mean, because he really needs that life energy to use magic, so if any of his life drains him, he should get cooked. And I'm like, yeah, he should, because I don't think there's any life drains in this game. Of course, I'm going to have to check the SP. No, actually, I don't think he's
No, not from my memory. Wait, that means Jack is his worst opponent, because that's exactly how Jack kills people.
Yep. I think at some point, he might do. It'll probably be considered a spy video, maybe, but we might end up doing a video going over Clive and all the Final Fantasy protagonists.
Yeah. If you want to do that, let me know, and I'll start going through like 1 to 10 again.
Well, I'll say, do you really need to go through it again, or are you just gonna do like a cursory glance over? Because you already beat them, right, for the most part.
I beat them for fun, but I'll go over them again just so I can like not gather like feats per se, but just gather like powers and shit, so I can just like shove them to you, so you have stuff to put on screen when we talk about it. You know what I mean?
There's no mother crystal.
So that could be fun.
Yet.
There's not many
still
lost
have plenty
cons
of
for
tower to
Clive.
explore.
Isn't not even funny? Fear, mind, blood, power null. So I feel like Clive by the end of the game should have like at least decent willpower, because that was one of the complaints the guy had, is that we ripped into Clive's willpower like super hard and we were disingenuous. So I want to make it clear in case he watches this later. Clive does have willpower by the end of the game. It's just that like it's not really himself who does it, if that makes sense. Like it's really a power of friendship situation where if he didn't have other people, his willpower wouldn't be very high, let's say. Clive versus Samurai Jack, just pure swordsmanship. Samurai Jack will take that pretty easily. We have no statements of Clive even being like a master swordsman or anything. Clive is just a knight who was trained as like a guard.
And that's a kick in the nuts, is the fact that like you would assume he is, but it's never told to you that he is.
Damn, look at that fucking aura. Yeah, that's the issue with Clive, is that like he has no skill statements to work off of it. You would have to skill off of Barnabas, but Barnabas also doesn't have any real skill statements outside of being like an exceptional swordsman. Clive versus Ezra. Ezra, where?
Warning.
I think she misspelled it. I think she was trying to spell I think she's talking about Fairy Tale.
Engaged.
Well, so
Initiating
could we talk about Star Wars, because
visualization
there's a
lockdown.
character named Ezra in Star Wars.
What the hell is it talking about, Joshua?
I don't know if you saw a DMC thread on Reddit asking who would people rather fight, Sin DT or Majin DT, and most people felt more comfortable fighting Sin DT.
Things, lads. Good
Knowledge.
things.
Listen, if your attacks are that slow that the average riffraff can dodge you, you're not a threat.
Well, to be fair, he is made of indestructible material. Oh yeah, fun fact by the way, Clive can't destroy those robots. You know those robots have been fighting the whole time?
Yes.
Clive can't destroy them in canon.
Over here.
So, and that sounds weird because I've killed so many of them. But the way it works.
Well,
is,
actually, you haven't been. What happens is that they run out of power and they just fall apart.
No. So they do fall apart, but I don't break them the way you would assume. I keep hitting them until their pieces smash together and force themselves apart. They're just really poorly made. Yeah, like the game flat out says that. Like that's not even me like making a joke. I think it's in the description.
Clive as Urza. Urza's like an actual like master of her like of multiple different weapon classes.
It's just weird because you would assume Clive could break it, but no, all of the metal made by the ancient people are actually indestructible.
I think you've made it angry.
So there's actually just indestructible shit in this game that Clive can't break. It's so weird.
Okay, then you're up against a Sigma male. Let's see what you can do.
Well, I'll roll at the fiction of poorly made. Well, I don't know if poorly made is my word, to be fair. I feel like that'd be a little unfair here. It's more so that they're just like put together with glue.
Robots in fiction are poorly made. Not true. Sophie was very well made. She was a very, very big help.
Sophie?
Yes.
That is true. That is true. She was a great help. Oh, motherfucker. How far does Clive get in Star Wars? Depends on how you want to scale Star Wars now. Can I freeze him? I can freeze him.
Star Wars is also a pain in the ass from what I understand the scale, because you either believe they are like high into the cosmic like scaling, or that they're like fucking barely building level.
So, Star Wars is the series that's really going to test your opinion on feats versus statements. That is the series that will test your resolve on your stance on that one. Because if you go off statements, then all of the modern day Sith are stronger than the old Sith by like a substantial margin. But the old Sith could like life planets and solar systems, and none of the new Sith demonstrate anything close to that, with the exception of Palpatine. So it's like, take that one.
Right.
I do plan to play more Republic. I don't think I ever. Ooh, wow.
It's funny because like when I did try to get into Star Wars, I thought it was gonna be like a series that I would fuck with because it's like nerdy shit and I like nerdy shit. But that's when I discovered like during my school days, oh, I'm nerdy about fucking fantasy. Sci-fi just doesn't like rev my engine like fucking fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's not for everyone. Clive versus Star Killer? I feel like that's Star Killer. Just stop the hacks the wall. Because the issue with Clive is that I don't think Clive should really be someone who can like telekinetically come to stop his heart.
Well, doesn't he also scale the Vader?
He does, but Vader is weird again. Because Vader is the Dark Lord of the Sith, so you could very well make an argument he scales above all the Sith Lines did. But he also... Oh my... I fucking hate
Doesn't... Maybe I'm remembering this information wrong, but doesn't he lose a fight to the Vader?
Kinda? Well, yes and no. Fucking Clive. The one time that goes into the fucking all along, I fucking hate him. No, he goes 50-50 with Vader most of the time. That's a 50-50.
Is Starkiller canon?
No. But the problem is that he does fight Vader consistently, and he even goes to like a high, he goes to like a naked fight with Palpatine.
So from what I understand of those games, you can either choose to be a Sith or not, right?
You can choose light side or dark side, yes.
And I'm assuming choosing the dark side you're like stronger.
No, technically light side is stronger because it's all one light side.
I failed.
I was stuck in the animation and I couldn't even heal. I love that so much.
Is this a situation where you have to be more resolved, but there's way more limitations on the light? That's why it's more powerful, but the dark is easier to use.
No, it's about the same. It's about the same. It's just that the light side doesn't bother using more obvious offensive abilities. Like any Jedi could force choke you if they want. Any Jedi could launch. Gosh, I don't think they can launch lightning at you, but they can't. They can do the other stuff like force choke and stuff. They just don't. They just choose not to.
So why would you ever choose the dark side then?
So the Jedi try to restrict you as a person and your emotions, and they try to like curb you. The Jedi try and turn you into a monk. Whereas the Sith don't care what you do as long as you do it with power and your own desires. So it's really just, am I going to be a selfish, like, son or not?
So, could you use the dark side and just choose not to be a prick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then what's the fucking downside?
The downside is, again, they don't want you to be corrupted by the power of the Force, so they kind of want you to be a monk. Like, again, like...
So is there actually, like, so they're not different power, they're not different power systems, it's just how much of a cunt do you want to be in this moment?
Yes, how much of a cunt do I feel like being in this exact moment? Yeah, that is
right. Okay, so I always thought that it was like two opposing like powers that you had to choose between.
No. It's the same power source. It's just how you use it.
Right. Okay.
Now, of course, the dark side has access to. So the dark side has.
I know the point of the light side now, but I'm gonna fucking tell you this right now. I don't see any downside to choosing the dark side.
Depending on how much of an asshole you are, your skin becomes gray. But that's if you're a real big asshole.
So it's the Fable system.
It's the Fable system, but you don't grow horns, yeah.
What's the point?
What?
Well, what's the point? What do you mean I can't be the most evil thing living and charm a nice village woman into being my wife at the end of the game?
Well, I mean, you could do that, yeah. Let's be clear.
No, I'm talking about Fable. I'm talking about what I did.
Well, Kyle, you're a piece of shit in Fable. I know you did fuck. I know you did stupid shit.
What? I'm a piece of shit because it's just like this person tried to fucking ambush me or rob me, and I thought it was better that he just shouldn't be on the planet.
Basically, you both remember, BioWare's in the new whole season started, and they brought 200% crit ratio, supply random enrollment. Alright, the new season started, I'll start playing it again. Just if you want to take a break from live games, so I'll have some more free time and I can do other games. Especially when I start the stream so early. So let me get this straight. All this time you thought the dark side was just something else?
I thought it was like two different like powers. That's why they were like fighting each other, because it was the light side versus the dark side.
I guess I would compare it to the light and dark side of Control McGrath, but I believe you're playing that they use separate powers.
Not in the first game, only in the second game, because you swap powers. Because you swap powers with Nyx and Serquo.
Okay, think of it like the first game then. That's the dark side and light side.
Okay.
Motherfucker really moved out my blast? Are you serious? You dick. The dark side only because of external pressure and influence. Basically using both. Yeah, because you can use both. Again, there are also Force users who just use the middle. They just stay in the middle. They're called Gray Jedis. Or they're just called fucking pricks.
So, can you tell if somebody is a user of the light or the dark?
It usually depends on your demeanor, because Darksiders tend to be more emotional. Well,
So
that's not true either.
So how did they not know that the Emperor was a giant prick in the movies for the longest time?
Because your physical appearance doesn't change as long as you don't actively use the Force. So this one's a little fun actually, because the Emperor has Sith eyes. So by all accounts, looking into his eyes should show you he's a fucking psychopath. But what the Emperor is able to do is by restricting his usage of the Force, and I could be wrong here, someone correct me if I'm wrong, it just doesn't appear.
But doesn't he look like a wrinkled ballsack anyway?
No, that's because that's his fault.
But doesn't that happen in the prequels?
Yes, but that's not because of the dark side. Not entirely. Wait, so you don't know what happened? You don't know what happened to the Emperor, do you?
I know Vader threw him down a fucking hole.
Security Sentinel
Okay.
503.
So the reason the Emperor looks like a ball sack is because when Mace Windu fights him, Mace Windu beats him. So the Emperor, in a desperate attempt to not die, unleashes the full power of his Force lightning on Mace Windu. But Mace Windu blocks the lightning with his lightsaber and redirects the bolts of lightning into his face. And he doesn't stop using the lightning. He just keeps firing as every bolt hits his fucking face.
Okay, so if he looks like that, then
Flying.
how do they not know that he's evil
Initiating.
later on?
By the time that happens, he is revealed as the Emperor and the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Emergency call relocation protocol.
So before that point, he's just not using the dark side all that often.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was the
So
heart
before
of the
then,
crystal.
they thought it was Christopher Lee who was the big bad.
Not necessarily. All of the Jedi knew that there was someone behind Count Dooku. They just couldn't prove it. So they just kept fighting who they knew until new information came out that they could access or work on. Also, Palpatine was also clouding their like
I
foresight.
knew that fallen thing.
Because the Jedi do have the ability to see into the future to some extent, but Palpatine was
no
clouding
match
their
for you.
ability to do that. And they didn't
Allow
realize
me
it was
to
Palpatine.
apologize for earlier. That was
Because there's only 2 Sith, and the Sith were gone for
played.
like 1,000 years.
all born of a
So
misunderstanding.
they hadn't dealt with the
Can we
Sith
start
Lord in a long
again?
time.
We
So
don't need your apologies.
how can that be the case
We need answers.
if it's so
You need to give them
easy?
to us.
Are they really just that stringent that if you look like that you're about to give in, they'll just kill you?
No, there have been plenty of rogue Jedi and even dark Jedi. But so having the powers of the dark side does not inherently make you a Sith Lord. So if you choose to use the Force and just not be a Jedi, you're not considered a Sith. Even if you use Force lightning, they probably won't consider you a Sith outright. Because Count Dooku, even though he is considered a Sith Lord, Count Dooku is more akin to a dark Jedi. It's why his eyes never turn yellow. Because he's not really evil. He's just using the dark side for his own purposes.
In particular.
Aye, well, they talked to us, told us what this lot was all for.
If that makes sense.
And what is it for?
Well,
This sounds like this series has needlessly complicated lore for no fucking reason.
To make their own,
It wasn't as bad as the start.
Though, despite years of searching, all we ever found.
Let me guess, expanded media is what fucked it up?
No, it's more Disney, but basically expanded media.
That the Fallen did indeed acquire the god's ability to craft crystals.
I wouldn't go that far. The shards aren't exactly divine. They're not even what you'd call decent. But they're better than nothing, and nothing is what our people had before we found them. So we've been coming here ever since.
But these dust crystals have only recently appeared on the
But
black
Count
market.
Dooku told Obi-Wan he was
What
under someone's
made you
command.
decide to start
Yeah,
selling
that's
them?
why. They knew someone else was in charge, they just didn't know
Skies.
who.
Once they went dark,
Although-
the crystals started growing back, till there were more than you could.
So, Count Dooku basically revealed that Palpatine was the Sith Lord, but no one believed him. Because again, Count Dooku wasn't a bad
The
guy.
mothers all cracked. Anyone with anything that could muster so much as a spark had people queuing up to take their coin.
Yes. At a cost to us all. Quality apart, these crystals are no different from the ones the world has been using.
So why
since the
didn't they
dawn of
believe
time.
him?
And it cannot continue.
They didn't trust him because he was a Sith Lord at that point.
It cannot. While this is clearly none of Ultima's doing, there can be little doubt but that it serves his cause.
Then our path is clear.
Remember Palp
So
screaming
let's
in his
do what
office is
must be
actually a
done.
force paralysis from the novel?
Wait.
Yeah.
You lot aren't thinking what I think you're thinking, are you?
Oh, I think there's a good chance we are.
But what about the tower's defenses? That thing you just fought, it won't be the last one. And the further you climb, the worse they'll get. How about we head back to Martha's before someone gets hurt, eh?
That is sound advice, which I suggest you take before someone gets hurt.
To be fair, them being able to make crystals is actually pretty impressive.
To think the Fallen built all this. The knowledge they must have needed. Knowledge now lost.
I mean, so Star Wars' original expanded media was great, and some of the new expanded media is great too. It's not all bad. I'm not gonna be like, oh, everything Disney has done has been straight dog shit. But man, I miss the old expanded media because the expanded media originally was canon. The extended universe was canon at one point. Disney decanonized it.
If this is like every other Fallen ruin,
Then there'll be a lift.
It didn't fit their model.
They wanted to start from scratch because there were so many stories out there, and that they wanted to sort of like start fresh. So they just kept taking ideas from the expanded media. A good example of this is Thrawn. Thrawn was one of the most popular characters in the expanded universe, and Disney brought him back in the Rebels as a canon version of the character. People only see the movie and didn't read the novel, just assume the Jedis that Palpatine killed right away were just incompetent. Yeah, we all thought they kind of just sucked. I just realized that Clive's goal is to bring the planet back to the Stone Age. Not really.
any idea what those are?
What the fuck are these?
They seem to be containers of some
Is that a chocobo?
or perhaps
Cages. Like some sort of twisted menagerie. But why here?
Oh yeah, that's actually the funniest thing I found out, but I didn't find out right now. I found out from like a Ruby meme like years ago. But you know how the Faunus' island in Ruby is called Menagerie?
Yes.
That's just a term for a zoo.
That's funny.
Yeah, they named their island the fucking zoo.
So you people are not helping your case, are you?
They are not
'Cause they-
helping their case.
Because they chose that name for that place, didn't they?
I think so.
It's yeah, so it's like, even though you guys are really not that oppressed, you really want to wear that oppressive banner.
Alpha to Epsilon.
It's a dog.
Still alive.
this tower is more than 15 centuries old.
Yeah, no, Ruby had some very weird things.
You know what? Now that you tell me that, I bet Miles thought that he was like really fucking like clever with that.
It's always possible they didn't name their island, and I'm just misremembering, but I'm under the impression they named their island.
Well, no, they must have, because it's the only place where the Faunus are, and there are no fucking like normal people there.
Maybe the meaning of menagerie is different in the world of Remnant. As far as I know, they don't elaborate on it. And it would be the only case, I think, in Ruby where that's the case.
This place to grow crystals.
Well, you don't want the other definition, which is a group of weird people.
Oh, did you look it up?
No, because I know what the standard definition is when you use it for a group of people. It's like, look at this menagerie. You're looking at a group of weird people. Like, have you ever seen the term being used where it's not referring to like a group of like people who are weird?
Development log entry.
Yeah, exactly. So that
925.
Either it's really wearing the oppression on their sleeve,
3 units of grade
or they're calling
3C
themselves
crystal
fucking
purchased.
weird.
Moving forward, all seeds fabricated from inorganic material are to be replaced with lab-grown organic specimens.
Organic specimens. So they were turning living creatures into crystals.
Never forget, guys, that Final Fantasy 16 is technically a sci-fi game.
Yes, she does, Father. And you're basically a group of traveling weirdos.
Yeah, but that's what makes it charming. Oh, I just realized, didn't Maglio call her group Maglio Menagerie and Tales of Berseria? Yes, the Tales group. I want to be clear about something for a minute.
No, we haven't gotten to that game yet, and I won't give you shit over not being able to pronounce it, because that's a weird name to pronounce. It's Magilu.
Funny how we're talking about this when we are about to have a holiday celebration at the Holiday Vacation race. Fuck, do I have to go into the, I'll check this out. Hey, leveled up nice. Clive versus the Beast from Infamous 2.
The Beast. Don't you love even how standard enemies are sponges as well?
Yeah, but like I think my fucking what do you want to call it? My loadout. I think my loadout's pretty solid, but I need to upgrade it.
I doubt some of the creatures in these cages I've been seeing last there for 1,000 years.
Well, here's to 1,000 more.
So Kyle,
No, just answer that. Yeah, the Beast. Like, easily. Molecular manipulation, go fucking blur.
Oh yeah, so now I did go to his IQ meta is that, man, I really
You don't know that yet?
no, because it would be, because like only the world would scale for IQ at that point, unless you want to take care of things that's like not valid.
No, I'm saying that the fight's still going, maybe. You still got Yuji.
Yeah, but if Yuji comes out and moves fast enough to catch the Lord's Lightspeed attack, then we would just say the narrator's just like not reliable. Yeah, I don't think that oh my word.
Oh god, you don't want that, because then you have to go back through the entirety of the series and see like what the fuck the narrator has said, wouldn't you?
Well, that's why I'm saying like I'd rather just say the
Because wouldn't that kill a lot of some of the things said?
Well, it only kill narrative statements, but that mainly just affects Sakuna. So I'm okay with that.
But if it kills Sakuna to the point where Muzan actually wins.
No, that'll never happen. Did Mahalaga recently got the live chapter? He did, but he's not quite that good. How about time getting Infamous?
He'd get decently far. He'd be pretty much faster than most of the cast. He basically stopped at like the Beast.
What's that nourishment bit? Increase HP regain potential when taking damage while automatically restoring HP regain gauge. What? Let's go to the shop. Okay, the game volume is drawing you out, Zim. Kyle's fine though. Well, doesn't matter. You fuckers don't listen to me half the time anyways. But here, let me lower it then. The help me, I'm scared slider from JJK Modelo kills me. I think it's fair to say that even if Tabora is as strong as Gojo and Sukuna, he is not on their level, if that makes sense. The hell is this?
Well, he seems like, from what I understand, a big fish in a small pond where he's like, I've never had to try. But it's like, yeah, but you've never fought anyone who's had to make you, though.
Well, no, that's why I'm saying, like...
Is this like a Fraser situation?
Yes. He was so strong that no one pushed him enough to fight.
Of course they built more than one. Though it appears this incarnation can fly.
Oh, actually, the funniest thing, did you hear that Gege's gotten off the internet because he doesn't want to argue with people about his series? Which is code for I'm dodging people for their criticism.
No, that could just be Power Skiller bugging the fuck out of him after a live stream. When did this happen?
Like a week or two ago.
It could be Power Skillers.
Or it could be just your average person looking at the series and being like, this doesn't make any sense. Because again, the funniest thing, because they're going through the culling games, but apparently a lot of people seem to have forgotten that the start of the culling games is fucking boring and nothing happens. Because the episodes are doing really poorly.
No, the episodes are doing well. Episode 1 and 2 were doing good. Episode 3 did not do good because people forgot that, like, the first half of the culling games is him trying to explain to you what the fuck is going on, which means it's super slow in the beginning. Kind of ironic because the culling games basically die off so fast that, like, there's no good reason to explain it the way they do. The culling games doesn't even get focused on after a while.
They don't even focus on the rules. Like, I think even by the point when Yuji fights the lawyer, they stop caring about the rules, don't they?
Well, it's just that like they just don't focus on them anymore because like there's no reason to. Oh, I know he was chronicling online since he was upset when people didn't like the Sukuna fight.
Well, because wasn't there a point where Gato was literally just like, okay, I'm scrapping all the rules now. Go nuts.
I forgot if it was Ghetto who made that rule change or if it was someone else. Because like halfway through the culling game arc, the heroes do manage to get enough points to change the rules. So I don't remember if it was Ghetto who did it or if it was the heroes. Because remember,
Do you think part 1 will end with the Gato versus the Yuki fight, or do you think that they'll go to when he swaps with when Sukuna changes bodies?
It depends on how they're gonna do Gojo versus Sukuna. Because if it's going to be a part of the season, I feel like that has to be the season finale. But again, I'm still convinced they're going to announce it's a movie. I'm still convinced it's going to be announced as a movie. There's no way they're not going to announce it as a movie. Demon Slayer already proved that anime movies can make so much money. They're how powerful would Infamous 1 Evil Cole be if he had the powers of the Beast? Kyle, go.
Strong as he would be at the end of 2. So basically, I've mountain level.
And that makes 2.
Yes, but of how many?
That depends on how determined they were to conceal their activities.
But yeah, no. So the Chainsaw Man Rize movie, that's why I'm saying, like, I would be very surprised if they just leave money on the table like that.
The 2 anime movies that came out this year, and they cleaned up the box office and pissed off a lot of people.
It's not my fault Superman didn't get that much fucking money.
It was a fine movie.
I'm sure it was. But the problem is that a lot of creators
This is all too easy.
shit on fans.
If the tower is in control, why not simply disable the lift? What do you suggest?
And what the fact that you have a lot of actors who are just like, I can't believe we lost to a fucking anime movie.
Yeah. But it's also more so that, like...
You know what I want?
Well,
I want Avatar to fail so fucking badly so he can just, like, blame people for liking animation better.
the Avatar movies aren't doing well. I think the last one actually failed super badly. Well, you understand the Avatar movies are a passion project, right? Like, he paid to make them all. Like, the actors have only been working on Avatar for, like, the past, like, 10 years.
Yeah, but they suck.
Well, apparently he likes them. I tell you fair.
I mean, they look pretty, but they're not good movies. Like, I legitimately can't sit down and watch one in one sitting because I need to take a break because it gives me a headache.
Are you sure it's just not you being fucking uncultured swine, Kyle?
No, because I'm not into the fact of, like, this thing that we connect with our hair, that's technically us having sex, is also us also fucking our animals as well.
Well, it's more of a connection thing. The
It's sex.
Are doing well. They all earned $1 million. Or did they? Can I hit them in the sky or no? I cannot.
What?
In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to charge up my freaking Mega Flare so I can fucking kill these guys easier. Mainly because of China? Oh, is China like the movies? I didn't see it thoroughly because I heard it was using the same story formula as the first two. Well, to be fair, I mean that they're all going to use the same formula. I don't know what people are expecting. They're all trying to sell you the same message and the same story. Hey guys, look at those beautiful fucking landscapes of fucking gray. Oh, actually, I got a better sword. What am I doing? Yeah, because Ragnarok is beat by the Fallen Enforcer. Yeah, new sword.
What's that? You don't know anyway. What's that, Thursday?
True English landscape right there. just a screenshot of England. I will have to look up a build later. I thought you were going to generally praise the skybox based on your expectations.
In Hangar Bay, mobilizing Aegis units.
This is not the map I would praise.
Well, you don't like the brown and the blue.
There was a skybox in the last DLC that looked really good, but unfortunately I didn't stream the last DLC, so you guys never got to see it.
Do you mean? Oh, actually, so do you remember when people used to tell you that Leviathan made a dimension to fight Clive in?
Yes.
So, what do you think of that dimension now? It's not a dimension at all. It's just fucking water.
Yeah, but that one's a little more understandable.
No, it's not.
Well, it is because like at the start.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You have to be fucking blind. You literally no. You literally just have to not be looking at the cutscene to see how it's formed.
Yeah, but fucking you're falling for fucking ever in that fight, and then you get sucked in there. So like it is.
You're falling forever in the Titan fight too.
Yeah, but it is definitely one of the more forgivable examples of that position.
If you say so.
I do say so. Oh yeah, I love fighting two of the same enemy because my teammates can't do damage. How'd you know, game?
They do feel incredibly useless, don't they?
You know, they feel like Lego companions from Lego video games, where they can't kill your enemies whatsoever, and they shouldn't feel like that. Yeah, Zim, when you get to the Omega fight, you can switch it to Japanese. I want to see a Japanese text says about Joshua Constricting statement. Let's see if we get there tonight. If not, I'll get to it tomorrow or Tuesday night.
Wouldn't the Japanese just be going off the English subtitles?
So
Unless you put Japanese subtitles on.
So yeah, well, yeah, but that's why. Well, actually, I think you would just get it regardless. Disengagement bit. What's that?
I don't think you would. I think you'd have to quickly check, see if you can change both.
Subtitles on. I think I'd have to go to. I think I'd have to go to like the actual settings to change language. It wouldn't matter though. For this game, English takes precedent. Clive versus Italian. Dude, can I please just get to the fucking...
Italian scales higher.
Transferring Sentry Prototype AM2 to Stasis Silo West.
Alright, what am I finding this time? The fuck? That just a bomb? I really hope these creatures get descriptions and logos.
I just have to hope those crystals it's sporting are as worthless as the others.
Because the fact that fucking half of these fucking creatures don't get any description is fucking wild to me. Oh, I love fucking actually, to be fair, I'd rather take this over what we got in fucking the last DLC, so whatever. I can't change my abilities. Oh, I'm using the wrong kit. Fuck.
Follow the eastern side.
Right.
Kale versus Kyle. I don't know what that means. Gosh darn it. Oh, it's so annoying. I didn't realize I swapped kits. I thought I got rid of all my other kits with blows. Oh, I lost all my freaking wait, was that a time slow? Hulk Hogan versus the Undertaker? Is that or Hulk Hogan versus the Underbreaker? Or Underbaker? Who the hell is the Underbaker?
If it means the Undertaker, then the Undertaker... I'd say the Undertaker should win, especially if it's at WrestleMania. Well, but then again, Hulk Hogan is a really good poll ticker. No.
No? I'm a little surprised. Were they not for like performing at the same time?
They were very briefly, but then Hogan went to WCW. But then when he eventually returned, there were more fitting people to put Undertaker with, because during WrestleMania, while he would win, it was more a showcase of like new talent to see if they could do it. Let's say new talent, but you had fucking Edge, who was heavily established in like 2007, going for the Undertaker. Or was that Batista? Was Edge 2008?
I wouldn't know because I didn't know when they came around.
Well, it's also a fact of like Undertaker basically got to choose who he got to face at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because he was just a big name and he could just get away with that.
Yeah, pretty much, but it's also like, if you're gonna put somebody, not that the person that he did put over fucking needed it, but the last thing you want is to be like, yeah, I want the master politica as the WrestleMania opponent.
Why do you say like it's such a dirty fucking thing?
Because politicking in wrestling is basically getting into the producer or Vince's ear and basically trying to plead your case for like why you should win.
Dwayne...
And Hulk Hogan was notoriously good at this, because he would play off the thing of like, the kids love me, dude, and I'm the American spirit. And you have to end the pay-per-view well by having the American hero win. Because there was a funny thing at like one of the SummerSlams where Hulk Hogan was facing Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels in an interview was like they call me a politician, but man, when I had to go up against Hogan, fuck me. I was out of my league. I've never seen somebody politic so hard. And this is coming from Shawn Michaels, the basically second coming of Hulk Hogan when it came to politicking, and he lost to Hulk Hogan.
How are you doing so far? Well, I'm not using the right kit, so I'm using an inferior kit right now, so that's fun. What we got though? Let's go. Dwayne the Cage Johnson versus Rage Mysterio type. Are you winning, Zam? I am winning. Doesn't mean I'm having fun.
Neural link lost. Re-establishing connection.
It's the fact that that normal ass enemy felt like a fucking boss.
The quantity of ether required to animate them all would be unfathomable. No wonder they were trying to manufacture their own crystals.
Unable to establish connection. Raising threat index.
It seems we've made an impression.
Game, just let me go fight Omega, please. For fuck's sake. Let me make sure I save right now. Just to make sure.
Perhaps the rest of the cages.
It's fine, you're nowhere near him yet.
Don't tempt fate, Joshua.
Forgive me, brother. They may not.
Bro, how long is this DLC normally? Oh, hang on, let me
About the same length as the Rising Tide.
They can just say they don't like having fun, bro. It's fine. We'll get a little farther and then we'll call it there for today. We'll see if I can't close it off either tomorrow or Tuesday. Because once we're done with this DLC, it's endgame time. am excited to reach the end, to finally beat Ultima, make a script going over the stats and everything I learned in my journey.
Is that?
Are you just more excited to get this game off your computer?
Beginning to think this whole tower.
Yeah, I really am. Hey, has Space Marine 2 got their Tech Marine DLC yet, or no? None of you guys play Space Marine 2. Why the fuck am I asking? Well, I would like to play other shit. Again, I haven't played Star Wars' new story because I've been playing this every fucking night. Cyber messaged me about it once like 3 weeks ago, and then I wasn't able to get back to him on it. Kurt Can versus Snow Emotive? Kyle, go.
I don't know who the fuck he's talking about.
Well, I'm assuming they're wrestlers, because he's only been asked about wrestlers, it looks like. I don't know why he's intentionally misspelling them, but... Is there a wrestler called a Locomotive or something?
Maybe in a different promotion. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
A lot of bits we're getting. Increased rate at which damage multiplier rises when enemies are staggered, as well as increased multiplier maximum 200%. The battle technique double impact is earned upon attaining the multiplier maximum. Damn, we get a bunch of good shit in this DLC. Where the fuck was all this shit during the game? Ken the Warrior versus Kefla DBS? Who's Ken the Warrior? Oh, it's alive.
Corruption. I don't know, but wouldn't you say it looks oddly familiar?
Is this a boss?
Pulsating.
Yeah, it's a boss. Son of a bitch. Oh, that's my mistake. I should have fucking... Alright, last boss and then we'll call it here. Oh, well... Oh, what the hell?
1500 years ago. Yes.
Damn, I'm getting fucking hurt right now. If Karen show you all fucking knows what you mean. His name's not Ken the Warrior. What the fuck? Where'd you even get that one from? It's just Kenshiro.
And again, we've told you people a million times, if you're going to request a versus match, can you at least put where the characters are from?
Also, you misspelled this Northstar. But so that's going to depend on where you want to do speed scaling for Fist of Northstar versus Dragon Ball Super. Because Kefla would scale to the higher ends of super speed. Granted, if you really want to get technical, I mean, probably shouldn't kill Kenshiro with Muso Tensei. Muso Tensei kind of curb stops,
Is Kefla the... Is Kefla the, Oh, okay, yep. Wouldn't she scale to some form of incomplete Ultra Instinct?
Yeah, that's why it's
in terms of speed.
because it depends on where you want to put Fist of North Star speed at.
Well, I guess I'll say Dragon Ball speed, depending on how much of a prick you want to be.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you're giving Dragon Ball energy help. You're having this discussion. Also, it gets into the question of how do you want to take Saiyan physiology versus human physiology, if you believe the pressure points are in the same location.
They should be.
Game statements. That's what I personally go with, but like technically that's an argument.
I'm gonna bring it to you like this. The Saiyans are so closely related to humans that they can breed with them. They should literally be. They should literally have the exact same like pressure points.
Well, that's sort of like my position on it, is that like they're so biologically close to humans, they can fucking literally have kids with them. So like I would assume they're close enough. Oh wow. Obtain all fallen bits. That's all of them? That was actually pretty good. So yeah, it's gonna come down to where you want to scale them. Personally, I think Kenshiro's Japanese for Ken. That's how he's called in the Italian dub. No, Italians would call him Kenshiro as well. Kenshiro isn't Japanese for Ken. That's just his full name.
When characters call him Ken, that's them giving him a nickname, like when Lin does it.
Most people call him Ken because they're they know
Friendly,
him.
like Lin and Bat.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if like Souther called him fucking Ken in the fucking Italian dub. Oh, did we miss any lore tablets actually? Now that I think about it.
There's another one of those devices.
No, this is a new one. All right, we'll listen to this, then we'll call it there for today. Let's see what they have to say.
Development log entry 750501. Average improvement of crystal resilience 492% when biological core exhibits high ethereal congruity. Specimens with a congruity rating of 7 or below are to be sent to B level for military repurposing.
It's not, want not.
Okay. So it looks like they were biologically creating people who could withstand Aether effectively. That's actually pretty cool.
Do we know if the new Fist of North Star anime is gonna cover everything, or if it's just gonna go up to a certain arc and then stop?
I'm pretty sure new anime ends at the Shin arc.
So it's adapting like the first 15 chapters.
No, it'll probably end in Mamiya City unless they change the order of things. Because personally, I think the original anime made the right choice by changing the order of when they meet characters. I don't know if you ever watched the original anime.
I have not.
So in the original anime, the Shin fight happens after Devil Rebirth and Colonel. Which I think is actually a superior version to tell the story. I think it makes more sense for the Wasteland to have those people die first before Shin. But alright, let me...
Do you think we'll eventually get up to Kaio and then actually animate the last part of the manga?
I see no reason why it shouldn't. I'm surprised there wasn't an overlong cutscene for this. Yeah. But yeah, I'm surprised. I'd be very surprised if they did it. It depends on how well the anime does. Because if the anime does poorly, I could see them stopping. That is true. However, the name of the show in the Italian dub goes under his nickname, not Fist of the North Star. Yeah, because he's called... I think he is called Ken the Warrior in the Italian dub. But that's not what the series is called. That was a Japanese thing, or not, that was an Italian thing for whatever reason. It'd be like calling Dragon Ball Z Son Goku Fights. Or like Goku Fights or something. Like, it's just a weird name. Clive versus Kenpachi?
Or if it'd be like, if somebody said to you, "I want to play Iron Fist," it's like you don't. Or you want to play King of the Iron Fist. It's like, I don't understand what you mean. It's like, I want to play Tekken. It's like, then say fucking Tekken.
I was about to say Iron Fist. Why do I know that? But then I'm like, oh, it's probably fucking Tekken. So it looks like we're almost done with this DLC. This DLC is a lot less tedious than Leviathan, since it just kind of throws you straight into constant fights.
Or it's like if somebody says to you, "Oh, I want to watch Naruto Chronicles." It's like, what is that? It's like, it's Naruto Shippuden. It's like, then say Shippuden. Don't say fucking Chronicles.
Also, regarding Clive versus Kenpachi, if you're referring to Kenpachi from Bleach, I'm pretty sure he beats Clive relatively easily. But yeah, no, so it looks like the way things are going by tomorrow,
You know what you should do? You should do the ultimate one, Clive versus Kratos.
I'm gonna be honest. Based on their scaling, I genuinely think there's a solid argument Clive beats Kratos. Like, the only thing Kratos has going for him is better hacks abilities. Well, better quote-unquote hacks abilities.
You have a silver lining to put in that Clive video where it's like he loses to all these protagonists, but at least he beats Kratos.
I mean, Clive versus Kratos actually would be a fun matchup to talk about, but the problem is that, like, which Kratos do you talk about? Do you talk about Norse Kratos or do you talk about Greek one? Clive one-shots? Yeah, by the end of the game, Clive would one-shot if you assume Kratos only scales to, like, island level, and that's being, like, generous, depending on how you want to take, like, the fucking Pantheons and, like, fucking other shit. And
depending on how stringent you want to be on his light speed feats, Clive might actually be faster too.
Very much. Well, yeah, because Clive being light speed shouldn't be contentious. There's lasers and shit, and also the attack. Country level Kratos, right? No, I don't think we have Kratos at country level. Where was the last time we played?
No, about City the Mountain.
I mean, if you believe Kratos is country level, then Clive would probably still take it just off AP alone. Because worst case scenario for Clive, he'd scale to multi-con based on Bahamut's statement.
The problem with having Kratos at country is that dropping Greece in Chains of Olympus would have killed all the gods, and this includes like Zeus, who he would scale to.
No, like I understand that. Oh, it's worse than I remember. Yeah, but like the problem is that this is very much a matchup where if Kratos is not AP stomping, then he's just not really gonna win. Because he doesn't have the powers to back it up. Although, to be fair, Clive has no resistance to petrification. So Kratos does have win cons if he pulls off certain moves. But
now, to be fair, if this was a fight where they had to prove who was a more skilled fighter, Kratos actually has statements.
Yeah, I would actually say, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that Clive was probably faster and way stronger than Kratos, I think there's a good argument Kratos could win. Because he would be the more skilled fighter between the two of them. But Clive just has better stats. Clive also has better actual abilities on his own. Like, I'd have to give Kratos all of his
everything
items to justify him beating Clive. Actually, no. No. Because Clive can nullify magic.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be the Aether magic? Does God of War's magic system work the same way as Clive's?
I'm not too picky about that shit, so that's gonna be a standard situation. But I don't think they ever explained God of War's magic. To be fair. Well, because so if we're gonna break that down, then like Clive beats like Naruto. Because chakra works very similar to how Clive's magic works, and he would just throw one fucking tornado at Naruto, nullify all of his powers.
I would not agree with that. Chakra is a bit different.
They work.
If you're using nature energy, that's that's fine.
Isn't
But not
chakra just like converted life force?
it's mental, spiritual, and physical energies.
So converted into a new form, right?
Transmutated into different powers, but the one you would be more willing to
Chakra's
get a
considered life
concession out of.
energy? Then yeah, it'd probably work. Yeah, it'd be close enough.
No, because the one you're more going to get a concession out of is nature energy, because that's pure life energy from the planet.
Yeah, but the issue is that if it's life energy from the person too, in order to use chakra, I can very much argue it's similar to the magic in Final Fantasy 16. Since spirits can also use magic, apparently, since Ultima is able to use some degree of it. Even they need a physical body as a conduit. Spiritual and physical mixed together, yeah, then Clive should be able to nullify it. It'd be
It's
similar
also
to the
mental.
system. I mean, well, Kyle, I don't know how to tell you this, but 16 happens to have a lot of mindscapes. Kakashi died of chakra loss? I thought he died because there was a fucking sword stabbed through his fucking heart.
Well, you can die from chakra loss because you just have no energy at that point.
Well, so that's why I'm saying, because if the scenario is going to be that it's not generic magic, null, and we would give it nulling based on similar properties, and I think Naruto's would fall into that similar property. That was after? Oh, so he ran out of chakra first, and then got stabbed. I feel like he didn't die due to the chakra loss then. I feel like he died through the thing stabbing him through the fucking heart. Maybe I'm crazy. Kyle, can you back me up on this one?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got some free time over my holidays, so I might start Naruto again, and I'll let you know what I find.
Just if you end up finding the explanation for chakra, just send it to me, and I'll compare it to what 16 system is. Mayhaps Clive versus Goku Black. That's just a spite matchup. Sharingan killed him, but yeah, no. So for me personally, unless I have a very good reason to argue against it, I would usually just take most magic novels as just generic. I understand why Kyle doesn't, and I'm not gonna fight him on it. But I feel like, because at that point you get into some very weird territories. But to be fair, it's not wrong. Clive probably wins. Dragon Ball has no evidence above Uni Plus. It wouldn't matter if you're just above planetary confidently, you should be able to beat Clive.
Clive also has nothing that gets anywhere near universal.
Well, at the moment, because we don't have any statements to work with, we're still waiting for logos to give us lore that will hopefully let us argue for universal Clive. But Clive versus Dark Magician. Dark Magician will probably outscale him. Yeah, there's actually 2 magic nulling abilities. Let him fight real magic. I mean, Clive's magic is magic. I'm not going to fucking sit here and say that he doesn't have magic. It's very clear they can turn the energy, or they can turn Aether into basically anything. Aether can create matter. Aether can time. Aether can let them teleport through space. There's nothing Aether can't do. And I think there's even a statement that Aether can work with your imagination to create whatever you want as long as you're capable of doing it. Aether is a magic. It is a magic system. It's just that, it's not that mystical. It's more nature-based, if that makes sense. -3 form Frieza, greater than Clive? Probably. Base form Frieza would probably be Clive. My phone died. What about Greek Kratos versus Clive? Kratos has some options to win, but it's going to depend on how you want to take power null and between the 2 characters. Because if Clive can null Kratos, then Kratos would just flat out lose. Even if he's more skilled, not having magic kills all of his weapons. But if you don't believe he can be power nulled, and you don't believe Clive AP, if it's equalized, then Kratos has a good chance of winning. Because Clive's icon form is going to do nothing against Kratos. Kratos has already fought giant characters, and... Well, no, actually... No, because the flames might actually kill Kratos.
They actually might.
Yeah, because Kratos can be burnt. Kratos is gonna be burned to ashes by the phoenix he was riding. And what was the statement for the phoenix flames, if you remember correctly?
So if the Phoenix wasn't covered in feathers, it would burn him to ash.
Yes, and the Phoenix's flames would be comparable to the feats I think Clive demonstrates with Ifrit, or even the Phoenix itself from 16. The heal kills him, don't it? The heals don't kill him. It's just that using magic kills him over time. But Clive is able to use more magic than anyone else. So unless you can drain his life force, I would never assume Clive would burn himself out in a fight, if that makes sense. Or would you disagree with that position?
I think it's gonna very much depend on going through all of Kratos' arsenal and then doing like a spreadsheet of like powers that we know that Clive can be affected by and things that he can't.
The heat? Oh, you type in heat? Sorry, I'm away from the screen. I'm reading it from like a distance. Yeah, the heat can kill him. Yeah. So you could argue Clive goes Ifrit and just bombards the area with fire and just kills Kratos that way. It's actually not the worst strategy.
So how does he do against petrification?
Well, that's like the one win con I think Kratos just has over Clive. I don't think Clive can break out petrification. I don't think there's any petrification in this game to go against Clive. Because they turn the stone naturally if they burn themselves out. Now, of course, this raises a question. Do you believe it's petrification, or do you go with what the novel says, where it just encases you in stone?
I would go with what the novel says because the novel goes more in depth.
Then in that case, I have no reason to believe Clive couldn't just prime his way out of it.
Well, actually, because that's how Kratos gets out, is that he's strong enough to actually break the concrete around him.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, because if we're assuming an equalized scenario here,
Because that's how because God of War in the novels explains that's how people die to petrification, is that they're not strong enough to break out, so they just suffocate.
Yeah, so I have no reason to believe Clive couldn't just semi-prime out of it, worst case scenario, but if he's in like the Titan form, I think he just breaks out naturally. Does it turn you into stone or encase? Technically encase. Clive versus Xemnas? If you mean the guy from Kingdom Hearts, then Clive just loses. Guys, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a dick, but like most matchups you throw at Clive at the current moment, Clive would just lose.
This is what you have to consider. Are they faster than like let's say at a bare minimum 5 times faster than light, and are they over multi-planetary? If they are, they win.
The problem is that most characters have better skill statements than Clive, most characters have a better arsenal than Clive, and most characters have better resistances than Clive. Like, Clive is just not... Fuck, how do I say this in a way it makes sense? He's not a bad character, but for a verse... Well, he kind of is.
He's good. He's a character who's good in his game. You take him out of his game, he is not as good as you want him to be.
He needs very honest opponents to be effective. Unironically, Clive's better matchups would probably be JJK characters if it wasn't for the AP and speed difference, because they're very honest fighters with their abilities. He has to fight honest people. If he fights people who have a bunch of hacks, Clive just gets stomped on. And that's including Odin's sword.
Well, that's the problem, is that he needs to fight people who are more or less flying bricks. But a lot of series that are flying bricks are either way stronger than him in terms of AP, or they're not worth talking about because they're just like generic fighting series.
Yeah. Again, like, I am hoping Logos will give Clive some higher scaling, because I am hoping we get some sort of uni statement, but we just don't have that right now, and anyone who says we do is just flat out lying. Thank you for the $5, Sparta. Don't most Final Fantasy characters have resistance to the hacks in their verse? Yes, but Clive has next to no hacks in his verse. Because 16 doesn't have those haxes. And also, most Final Fantasy protagonists have to use an item to resist half the hacks that get thrown at them, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. That's why the ribbon's considered like the best item to give people. Clive versus Death from Darksiders. Death from Darksiders takes it easily. Clive versus Lady. Lady takes it pretty easily. Yeah, Lady should take it pretty easily. Speaking of KH, I heard Sora was outer due to one fake illusion place. That sounds like bullshit. But yeah, the man's a fraud. What you have to understand is that Final Fantasy 15 actually had debuffs in their game, like petrification and shit. But for Final Fantasy 16, they got rid of a lot of the RPG elements of the game in favor of a better action system. And to be perfectly honest, it's moderately better than 15, and I'm being generous to 16.
Let's be very clear here. It's because they're still being very lukewarm about dropping the identity of an RPG and just being a hack and slash.
I really hope the next Final Fantasy game goes back to more of a Clair Obscura gameplay style, now that Clair Obscura has shown them how it's done. Yeah.
The problem with 16 is that 16 is such a weird outlier in terms of Final Fantasy games, because there's nothing to really resist. Because if you go through all the rest of the series, there are hacks from top to bottom.
That's what I thought. Same guy who argues 5D immeasurable speed Clive. I don't know where you get Clive to immeasurable. 5D is also up there, but whatever. Fuck that. Go back to the ATB system. Hot take. I think the ATB system is hot garbage. I much prefer my turn-based strategy games to not have fucking different fucking turn orders and shit. Tell me who's going
No,
in what
I'll
order,
do this right
and I'll
now.
play that shit.
Is the ATB system the one that like 7 runs on?
Yeah.
The ATB system fucking sucks. I do not want to be in a constant race with my opponent to see who gets to use their move next. And then it's like, okay, so when I play a turn-based RPG, I actually like to take my time and actually like strategize what I want to do next, not be in this constant rush of like my opponent can get multiple turns in. I need to hurry.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan of the ATB system personally.
Especially when you have to choose moves for like 4 different characters at the same time.
Yep.
And you have to race like an opponent or a boss that can like hyperspeed their gauge. Like if they're gonna bring back like any kind of like turn-based system, bring back the one from 10.
I didn't play 10, so. Oh yeah, no. He thinks it relates to physical when I proved him wrong. Well, look. Until Logos drops, we're still missing information. Watch Logos not answer any of these questions, by the way. Watch us all wait for Logos and not get any information. But that's fine. I just want to spend a little more time answering questions. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always.
Imagine if Logos confirms that turning into an icon doesn't give you a power boost. It just makes you bigger.
That'd be hilarious. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video. Take care, everybody.